I can't even begin to explain to you how special it is to be able to absolutely go insane in training. Go absolutely nuts, as far and hard as you can go with your volume, and then wake up the following day and have no aches and pains at all. And I'm not talking about the aches and pains of, the muscles like soreness, DOMS. I'm not talking about that. That is exactly what we're all after. What I'm talking about is that soreness in a joint, or soreness in like a connective tissue, like a golfer's or a tennis elbow, or some hip impingement trouble, or like a knee ache, or like a, back pain, not erectors, but like middle of the back, like bone, like nerve being impinged by a freaking disc that's bulging. Like if you don't have any of that and you've just put yourself to a maximum amount of training in the previous day, if you don't have that, you are freaking singing, happy singing all over the place. Because if you've been around this game for a little while, you probably would have tasted some sort of ill effects from training where, like for instance with me, I've for a very long time have known that in order for me to progress, I need to just touch this weight, this volume that I've deemed necessary for the next level. I need to be able to conquer that. And sure, you can't hit 200 kilos every single day, but holy shit, man, like I can do 180 for a set of 5 here and there, or maybe 5 sets of 5. Nah. Every time I've done that, not every time, but for the majority of the journey of the last 5 years, I've had this like rev limiter, as I've kind of called it in my mind, where if I really push myself with the volume that I think is necessary, the following day I've got aches and pains, predominantly right hip pain. And to just explain to you how difficult that is, just imagine me waking up the following morning after a real good volume session, and then I have trouble driving to the hospital to work because that 10-minute journey in the car, seated in 90-degree angles of the knee and hip, by the time I get to the hospital, I can't wait to get out of the car and stretch my hip because I'm in pain. I'm in pain. It's discomfort. And I know, if you've been training for a little while, you get accustomed to discomfort, but this is the wrong type of discomfort. This is pain that is not good. It's not DOMS. It's not what we're after. This is that crappiness that you don't want to feel. Well, yesterday and for the last 3 weeks, as I've been doing low bar squats, going absolutely nuts. Like I'm doing 5x5 with 180 on the low bar, which is very, very heavy for me. On low bar, this is very heavy. And I wake up the following day and I've got soreness in my glutes, in my adductors, in my erectors. I'm sore, but the joints are feeling incredible. The ligaments, the connective tissue is feeling incredible. It's perfect. I can't explain to you how valuable that is of an experience. If you've been around for a little while, you know the other side of that aches and pains when you do have connective tissue trouble. When you don't have any back pain or knee pain or hip pain or wrist or elbow pain, life is freaking brilliant because you know in your heart and hearts that if you can just continue to get this volume over X amount of time, you'll get stronger. There's just no ways about it. And that literally is the equation. Can you survive the necessary volume? And for me, for a long time, across multiple different lifts, I can't do bench press narrow grip for a good amount of volume because the elbow gets pissed off. Okay, so then recently last year I've tried wide grip on the bench press. Man, I can go as hard as my heart can take. I can go as hard as I want and wake up the following day. I've got a sore chest and sore tricep and whatever. Everything's sore, but the ligaments and the joints and the tendons and freaking all that stuff is not sad. It's not pissed off. Wide stance squats yesterday, low bar. Went crazy. I'm sore as hell today. I can barely move. But it's all positive soreness. I can't begin to explain to you how special of a feeling this is. And I know we all get high on, the PRs and whatever. But to me, these are the moments that I'm just internally so grateful, so happy. Because I know PRs are coming. There's just no way in my heart, like in my mind, that it's coming. As long as you can do the necessary steps in training and you can survive this stuff, the PRs are coming. There's just no way they're not going to come. It's just, can you survive the volume? My motivation is in check. My eagerness to train is in check. Everything else is in check. Is just, can I survive the volume? And for a long time, I couldn't. So I would go crazy, get pain, and then regress the weights and just go all the way back, detrain my body and go up again, hit the rev limiter again, and then pay the price for the next couple of weeks. And then I run around and look for new exercises, new ideas, blah, 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 blah. And until one day I find something that I can do and survive the volume. And then there's peace and calmness and happiness because I can train without pain. And my friends, that is so freaking special. Appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.